What's going on, guys? My name is Gio. This is my 2015 Tacoma TRD Pro, and today we're going to be installing some TRD door stabilizers. I went ahead and picked up two sets because they're sold by the pairs. So we got one set for the front door, one set for the rear door. Now this is not to be confused for a soft close. These don't change anything about the way the door closes, but what it does is actually it makes the door part of the body and reduces flex. This door and the rear door, all four of them, they're essentially floating on the body. When it strikes onto the latch assembly, the latch on the door just locks it in. It doesn't prevent any movement. You still have some movement. So what this does is this fills the gap. And so these were really designed for unibody cars where the body and the frame are one, and you can stop flex with this by making the door part of that whole thing. So it sounds super nerdy, and it sounds like it's honestly snake oil, which it's not. They even have videos for this product, which I'll put it on this video so you can see.
しかし車両には車両ボディとドア部に開閉のための隙間を持たせているため、合成パーツとして役割を果たしていません。そこでドアスタビライザー、ドア側とストライカーに装着することで車両ボディとドア部の隙間をくさび形状でゼロにします。それによりボディとドアを一体化します。段差乗り越えによるショックの収まりも良くなります。車との対話でより楽しくなる走りを、より上質な走りを求めるあなたに。
And now that you've seen that, I mean, you can take it for what it is. I'm not expecting this to make my handling feel better. I really want to keep the doors from moving. And I think that this is really going to benefit FJ Cruisers and Access Cab Tacomas, where the two doors are meeting and they don't have the B-pillar like we do on the four doors. So I think that'll actually work out really well. And since that's technically the two door, you only need one set of these. You don't need four. So you can save a bunch of money. Now, kind of going back onto that, these are JDM only. You cannot buy this at the dealer. So I'm going to link it in the description, and I'll put a link in the comments as well. That way you can get a set of these things. And yeah, let's go ahead and get on with the install. All right, guys, so check it out. I want you to imagine that these doors can move up and down while it's driving. So you've got two door hinges, but you've only got one latching point. And when you look at the latching point, you can see it's got this receiver right here in the door. And when you latch it onto the body, you have room. And that will move it. This striker, it's just capturing the latch. It's not securing it. So if we could fill in the gap between the door and the body, and we create a mating surface that's a few inches wide, then now we have something that's going to hopefully prevent the door from moving while we're driving, because the frame flexes and the body flexes because those body mounts are rubber. They're not hard mounted. So there is movement that you're not seeing. Anyways, let's go ahead and get on with the install. All right, so the install is very simple. We're going to put this right here using those bolts. We're just going to remove it and then use those bolts there. And then you've got these plastic pieces that actually slide and clip on. So we'll go over everything, but I just want to give you the rundown. And this, we're going to actually take these bolts off, remove it completely, and then we will move this thing over here, put in the hardware that it comes with, because in this case we do have replacement bolts for those, and we'll go ahead and tighten it down. Now again, this isn't a soft close feature, but I just want to record the noise before and after. So this is before, and then we'll do before on the rear doors, and we'll get an after as soon as they're installed. So we are going to use a T30 on this one, and it's not very tight. I'm sure there are torque specs for the reinstallation, but I'm not going to worry about that. We're just going to tighten these things back by hand. You want to make sure that it goes back with the opening. You don't want to do this, otherwise it's going to get damaged real quick. So put this back on. And I'm just going to hand torque these. I could feel the metal crushing a little bit because there is a taper on the bolt, but I just don't want to go crazy where it's going to break something. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and get this on here. Slide it over. Which way does it go? Okay, perfect. So there are some little tangs right here, and you just really have to just line it up with the tangs right here and push it forward, and that's it. So this part is installed. Now on this one, we're going to use a T40, which is a little bit bigger. And again, this is not very tight, so you don't have to get a gun or anything crazy. I just want to show you the difference in the bolts. There is no difference, but they are serrated right here, I think, so that it doesn't get loose. So we'll go ahead and use the new ones. And we want to make sure that we position it where this sliding feature goes in, because the door is going to contact and push it. Now there is some adjustability in this striker, so you got to be careful where it ends up landing. We're gonna try to put it in the best spot possible, but there may need to be some adjustment after. So here you can see how that's going to function. So we're doing the same thing on the rear door, just removing the bolts, installing this black plastic or this black retainer, and then we will slide on the plastic inserts. And again, I'm holding the head of the ratchet because it provides the least amount of torque. If I hold the very end, I could over torque and strip these things, but I'm just feeling for the metal to kind of compress onto the bolt, and that way we're not damaging anything. And we will get these slid right over. So that is installed, and let's move on to the body. And we're gonna toss the T40 back on this one. Take these suckers off real quick. These things are very tricky to get set up because that spring just wants to bring the clamp back in, and you got to make sure that you don't tighten the bolt onto the tip of that if it's slid too far forward. So you have to just get it in the perfect spot to let you thread on the bolts and then ratchet down the heads without messing it up. So just take your time. There's no need to rush. Now that it's seated, I'm gonna torque it a little bit better with my right hand. All right, guys, we got the rear installed. Let's go ahead and see what these things sound like when you close them. That does sound a bit different. Oh yeah, way more solid, for sure. This door is not as heavy, so it doesn't close exactly the same, but I can definitely tell that there's a difference here. Now, I know some of you have been waiting for some more significant mods, and I do have some big ones coming up on the second gen, but I've had a bunch of construction going on at the house, and I haven't been able to take the truck apart and leave it down for a few days because they got to come in and out. So we're going to go ahead and wait till this wraps up. It should be about another week, and we'll get on to something really, really cool on the second gen. All right, guys, I went ahead and I put on the passenger side TRD door stabilizers off camera. So we had them installed on all 4 doors. And this is now about a week after I filmed the last footage because I wanted to give myself some time behind the wheel and give you my final thoughts on this because they aren't the cheapest. So what do I think? I don't think they're snake oil. However, I don't think they make a massive difference, a difference significant enough to do this mod before other mods. There's other mods that I would do way before spending money on these things. But for the channel, I wanted to try them out, and there are going to be some people that are interested in it, so I figured I would make the video, and I did. These doors, they have a bunch of sound deadening in it. I did add weight, so in my opinion, you want to add these things if you have sound deadening. I did notice that the sound when you close it is just way better, and when you're going up a driveway or a speed bump and the body twists and the frame twists, you can definitely tell that there is way less movement on the doors. These second gens, at least mine, has a lot of door seal chatter from the seals moving. And if you look it up on Tacoma World, there's a lot of people that have the same problem. And I noticed that the seals are chattering much less with these TRD door stabilizers. I haven't had the chance to try it on an access cab or FJ Cruiser, but the way the 2 doors meet in the middle without a B-pillar, this is really gonna help make things solid. And I think that if I had one of those vehicles, I would no doubt buy a set of those and put them on. Now, I bought these for the Tacoma because I did find a chart that lists them for 3rd gen, so I knew that it was gonna work on the 2nd gen because the body is almost the same under all the skin that they changed between the two. And there is that Ison, the Ison brand. They make them for TRD. These say TRD on them. I think you can save some money by buying the Ison version. However, I would not buy the cheap Temu version. I mean, you can buy those for like 20 bucks. You're talking about your doors here. You don't want something cheap on a door. And if you're gonna try to save money, just leave it stock. So those are my final thoughts, and take it for what it is. Some people are gonna like it. Some people are gonna say they're completely useless. I just wanted to try them out on my truck. I think it looks better than the stock setup, that's for sure. So if anything, if it doesn't do a crazy amount of body rigidity on a frame compared to a unibody, at least we have something that looks a little bit better than stock. So we're gonna close this one out, and I'll catch you on the next one.